And here we go. Happy Monday, everybody.
So the last couple days I've been kind of rethinking my approach to things. I shared with you that I had a meeting with my boss and it went well, but he was giving me, some things that I need to start focusing on and prioritizing over the next couple of years that really, if I want to see myself get my first major promotion, these are things that are going to be used to evaluate me. And so, I continuing to reflect on that. I spent some time this weekend chewing on it. And now here, Monday morning, start of a new week, I am working very hard to readjust my time budget to make sure that all of the things that are important are getting the time they need. So I'm excited about that. There's some new projects I'm going to play with, some new areas that I'm going to push a little harder in than in the past where I've just kind of been dabbling. And ultimately, it's exciting. I'm going to be following a lot of the advice that I give people about really being keyed in on what it is that adds value in my organization and making sure that I'm delivering that. So in addition to teaching classes and mentoring students and the things that really light me up, I've got to start carving out some time for projects that have a bit longer horizon on them. Things like developing new classes and running experiments. And my favorite part, the one that I'm most excited about, building relationship with other educators and organizations that are focused on similar developments as the ones that we're trying to make, and start to really, plug into the community at large rather than focusing all of my attention within the walls of the building I work in. So there's some really exciting new directions that I'm going to be headed in the next couple of years, starting this week. So in my econ class, we're reading a book that isn't a textbook and having discussions and things about it. And the truth is, I've never really taught a class that way or led class discussions before. So I'm learning how. This will help.
I have average for college students.
So I tried something new in class today, which is why I was sending you pictures of myself. Normally, I teach science, math-heavy classes, and so class time looks like me working problems and giving lectures and explaining how equations work, and then we'll stop and students will work a problem and I'll wander around and help them with it and dive back in. And I've kind of gotten used to that style of class where I dump some facts on them, then I let them go try them out and I help them tinker until they figure out how to use it. But this semester I'm teaching an engineering economics class, and it's got the equations and things like that, but compared to the math that we do in engineering courses, it's a lot more lightweight. Some algebraic manipulations and you're good to go. Yeah. So our goal is to revise the course a bit and start including some professional development in there. Show students how to build their careers, networking, and the finances around why they're going to have jobs, and how to develop themselves into professional engineers. And so we're reading a couple of books that are not textbooks. They're nonfiction, but they're not textbooks. We're reading these books and we're writing blog posts, and I'm trying to incorporate a in-class discussion aspect of it, which is just something I haven't been a part of in, a decade? I'm trying to think of the last time I took a class where it was, go read this book and then we're going to circle up and discuss it. Anyhow, it was kind of a stretching experience for me today to show up to class with questions instead of facts. And throw these questions and have the students group up and trust them to add value by interacting with each other. And of course, they blew me away. But I never realized just how comfortable I'd gotten at talking instead of listening. Kind of like I'm doing right now. So anyways, that was a really fun way to grow as an educator, and I'm really excited about the ways that this class is stretching me to incorporate more active learning in my classroom. And of course, now I'm wondering how I can map those types of activities into fluids class too, because man, they're going deeper in this class than I thought they would. It's really cool. In other news, our car needs another $500 worth of brake work done. That's awesome. You know what's crazy is by the time you add up the repairs in the original purchase, this car that's used and old and busted up from 2005, we've had it 2 years, and it's averaged us a bigger expense than the brand new car that we owned before we traded it in to get it. Crazy. So of course now our commitment to debt freedom is being tested. We would like to buy a car that costs a certain amount. We don't have that much money to spend on one. And so we keep doing these $500 repairs and nickel and diming ourselves, and I'm telling you, it's really frustrating, and it's hard to stay committed to what we want to do. But we know taking on a monthly payment for a stinking car isn't the answer. So wish us luck, because we're used to these either-or solutions, and usually the answer is a spectrum. On the one hand, we could go borrow money and buy a brand new car. On the other hand, we could buy some crappy used car for cash that is old and busted, because that's how much money we've got. There's probably a third option. Gotta find it.